Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy that you found your way here. Of course, I hope you click like, subscribe, and share, and that you drop a comment in the comment section below this video. So today, and this is my third try, you guys, so this better work. This is my third try at doing this video. The first time the sound didn't take, no, the first time the sun set quicker than I was able to finish the video. And so I ended up shooting in the dark, and it wasn't working. So then the second video, the sound started failing, and I realized maybe it's where I'm doing this. I was doing this at the old fortresses, at the old bunkers that the Germans had built during World War II, to guard the beach and to look out over the sea to see the ships coming in, basically. And they were regained back. And one of the locations is a lot more sunshiny and light, but another one of the locations is still an interesting energy, let's call it. And I saw multiple dead animals laying around, so I think the energy wasn't quite the right one for me to be in. And if you're on my Facebook, my personal Facebook, you'll see pictures or something like that. Yeah. So here I am trying to get this video done and out before the actual lunar eclipse occurs, which is, according to our time, in about 3 or 4 hours. And hoping that this is going to work. So but that's typical because this lunar eclipse is in Pisces. It's in Pisces. My Mercury is in Pisces. Mercury in Pisces means sometimes it's just blub, blub, blub. And I hope that people intuitively, telepathically pick up on what I'm trying to say. It's conjunct my Jupiter, so I'm meant to be speaking on spiritual matters and topics. And there's so much more in my chart, but whatever. But this supermoon, lunar eclipse, partial lunar eclipse in Pisces is conjunct Neptune. And that's where everything gets kind of interesting, because Neptune is the higher octave of Mercury. So it's all about communication, but on the spiritual levels, on the spiritual realm. So this is a fantastic time for downloads, for insights, for channeling, for all of that stuff. But it's also a definitive marker of dissolution, because that's what Pisces and that's what Neptune does, is it dissolves into nothing. And Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. It's the gateway, it's the portal into rebirth or not, into the mysteries, into the void. So if your sign is in Pisces, you're definitely going to be affected by this, or you have anything in Pisces, like my Pisces rising, or you have tons of planets like I do, or you name it, you're definitely going to be affected by this. But also, if I'm hearing from Spirit, and I'm just giving from Spirit, I haven't super checked the astrology because I've been trying to get this video out before I check the astrology. But also, I'm hearing from Spirit, if you're Aries, if you're Virgo, if you're Sagittarius, this is going to go down for you. And also a little bit Aquarius, Libra, and Leo as well, right? So the others are going to feel it, but where it's really going to knock people around in loops are those signs that I just mentioned, apparently. So Neptune is an incredible planet, and as I'm sitting by the beach, I'm really feeling Poseidon and all his muses and his daughters and all of that. And it can be a somewhat turbulent energy. Neptune is no joke. Neptune works on the deep subconscious layers. It's also a generational planet. So what's being actually activated are the deep subconscious layers of our collective consciousness, our generational awareness and consciousness, and how this plays itself out for us. But also these things that are submerged underneath the sea. So our consciousness is like an iceberg, right? And so all the way at the top, which is above the water, that's what we perceive to be consciousness. And we think that that's all there is, all that we can see and all that we can work with, that's it. But underneath the water is this huge glob of ice that actually propels, that actually directs the direction of where things are about to go. And so when things change, like the water temperature, or what have you. It changes the bottom of the iceberg as well, and that directs the flow of where it floats, or it gets in a current or whatever. But that's kind of where Neptune kind of dives down to. Remember, Neptune is the god that lives at the bottom of the sea. So he lives all the way at the bottom of our subconscious. It's a powerful current all the way at the bottom of our collective and generational subconscious that is about to be, dissolving some things that didn't work out. Now, there was a specific reason I wanted to do this video over by the bunkers. And I wanted to do it by the bunkers because the bunkers show, number one, I wanted it by the beach because there are multiple themes coming up in this lunar eclipse in Pisces. Number one is abundance issues. Number two is letting go of the past, releasing the past issues, but also reframing the symbols that we've made out of our past experiences into something new. And these bunkers really show that. They show how initially these bunkers were created to protect or defend, right? So in essence, either to save a life, hopefully, or for them that built it, or to kill lives, because there are multiple bunkers together, and if you get in a zone, then you can be shot at from all different sides, right? So there is a kill zone there. And I did pick up some energies while I was there, and I didn't go in one. If I was younger, I would have gone in one, but I've learned, I've matured, I've adulted, you guys. I don't need to be Simba anymore. I don't have to laugh in the face of danger. And when Spirit tells me don't go, I don't go. Or when I get a feeling, I don't go. I don't push past it anymore. And I used to do that a lot when I was younger because I thought, whatever you think when you're young and headstrong. So in any case, these bunkers back then represented a certain thing, but now, fast forward 80 years later, it's unbelievable that we're now as far away from the 80s as the 80s were from World War II. So it's not that long ago. It's the blink of an eye that this was all going down and happening here. So back then the bunkers represented a certain thing, but now, because they've been graffitied over, there are multiple, all kinds of things that have been done since then. But now they are representative of something else, of overcoming challenges, overcoming difficulties, overcoming hardships, overcoming challenges and challengers. And so it almost feels as if this is marking the end of a certain cycle for the ages, but also the end of a certain chapter. That's the energy. And all this energy that was built into form like castles of sand, like the what are those pictures called again that you can draw with sand and then you dissolve them and you try to make them as perfect as possible and then you dissolve them because it all doesn't matter at the end of the day. So that's exactly these castles of sand that we have formed in our minds, in our collectives, in our consciousness, in our world. They are all crumbling. And so this is also a time where we're seeing things on the world stage crumble, and they are going to crumble. I'm not saying that everything's going to go down and next year it's going to be a whole new world. That's not going to happen, no. But we're seeing more and more things that are just not having the same impact as they used to have, not having the same pull, not having the same draw, not calling or causing up the same belief that they used to call up and cause in others. So there is something about this energy which is dissolving all of that, and it's a dissolving energy that really is marking also, like I said, for certain signs in certain places in their lives, the end of ages. So this goes back to about 2008, 2009, 2010. What were you doing back then, And this is what's coming full circle here now. So whatever began then and pushed you through all your experiences up until now, it has now come to a full stop. The sentence is coming to a full stop. Of course, there's always a catch. There's always a catch when it comes to things like this. And the catch is that you might blow up in your life one last time. So this might be things coming up from your past to, revisit, and you noticing that, hey, this doesn't really apply to me anymore. This doesn't connect to me anymore. It doesn't trigger me. It doesn't do anything with me. It doesn't make anything. It's not mine anymore. leveled up. It's like I realize I'm in 8th grade and some 3rd grade stuff comes back for a test, and you're like, okay, so it's not really going to affect you that much. But you will notice that from here on in, your life is a little bit easier, Pisces, a little bit easier. Aries, I forgot to mention Aries, huge one, huge one. Aries, Libra, Pisces, Sagittarius, Virgo. Those are the 5 that spirit, and I forgot to mention Aries, how could I? But Aries, you're really going to notice a big, huge shift in things falling off that were a problem for a very long time. So another thing is the abundance issue. Now, when you look out at nature, nature has so much abundance. It has so much abundance. It has so much to give and so much to offer, and everything that nature creates is abundance, right? So you can't count the grain of sand. You can't count the molecules in the ocean or in the sky. You can't count the grass. You can't count the leaves on the tree. You can't count the stars in the sky. But we're here living in this lack consciousness that is absolutely a hoax, absolutely and totally created artificially to maintain certain levels of power and of balance. And that's another thing that's going to go crumbling, is your idea of who you are. That is what, so if you base your idea on who you are based on how much you earn, based on where you live, based on your citizenship, based on who you work for, based on the kind of job that you do, based on the family that you come from, based on all of this, it is all going to crumble, because all of this is a facade. It's not real. And if you're building your house on that, you are building on sand. So a lot of people don't realize how much they've attached themselves to a specific identity. They have this image of themselves that they seek to uphold and they seek to live by, but they don't allow their true selves to come out. They don't trust their true selves. They don't know their true selves. They don't care. They don't want it, because when they were little, they were taught that was bad, and they want the validation, recognition, and acknowledgement to never end, and they want security and safety. So they will sacrifice themselves, self-sabotage themselves. They will deny themselves. They will cut themselves into pieces. They will disconnect, especially women, from their feminine side and absolutely live through their masculine, and their masculine side turns narcissistic. That's a whole other video that I might do, but it's real. And so this energy is coming in and pushing all that slowly, like the flood coming in the evenings or in the early mornings, that a tidal wave coming in, and it's pushing all this crap that people have been carrying with them. It's floating it away. It's dissolving it. It's falling into these waters of Neptune and Pisces, and it's just dissolving. And so some people, it's a good thing, because they're going to wake up and they're going to be like, I'm so free, and they'll be dancing naked like the kid in the Sun card, tarot card. But others are going to be like, oh my God, get away. You've exposed me. And they will feel exposed. They will feel like they have to cover themselves back up again. And this is when you see their ego being triggered, them projecting all kinds of stuff onto other people, and the whole 9 yards of how that rolls. So it's going to be an interesting time. And whatever it is, when we come out at the end of it, it will be a big cleansing time as well, a big purging, a letting go, releasing. Some will be happy for what they've lost, and other people will be pining, but that's just how humanity rolls. And I always advise, when the universe is coming in with a wrecking ball or a garbage truck or doing this dissolution stuff, throw your stuff in it. Just get it done, even if it's annoying, because you have to go back there again and you have to deal with this again. Look, do you want to carry it forward your entire life? Do you want to continue it working itself, worming itself into various aspects of your life through various layers of consciousness, informing all these other layers of consciousness as well, all the information that you're accumulating from all your experiences, all the meanings that you've derived from your experiences? You don't want to change that eventually if it's a negative meaning that has been weighing you down and stopping you from being yourself and living your fullest life. So I don't get it, but I don't have to, and to each, people think they have time. That's another thing, is they think they have time. They think they control their time. They think they own their time. But hey, who am I? Who am I to say that time is not yours? Okay, so when it comes to abundance, a big thing that will be coming up over this next time, and it's not going to be as much in the media as it's going to be happening behind the scenes, is people getting together, because people are starting to realize that the system is rigged. And and when I say starting to realize, I mean the collective consciousness, the mass majority, and not just the whispering few. But the vast majority are realizing that this system is rigged, and that it's not rigged in our favor. We're not meant to make money. We're not meant to become rich. And most of the people that become wealthy or rich got a head start. Got a head start in some way, shape, or form. And not through a bank loan, but through mommy and daddy, or through inheritances, or through, you name it. The right education, the right connections. We know all this. So everybody's starting to wake up to this fact that, wait a minute, something's not right with the system that we've set up collectively and that we continue to support. And it has to change, because collective poverty is impoverishing us all. And so people are starting to realize, okay, if we pool our resources, if we pool our intentions, such as investing together in certain stocks or in certain doing trading, trusting someone to lead the group, they realize, oh wow, we can make something out of this, divide this, reinvest, and continue to grow. And that's how we can actually come together. So things like that, coming together in a community way, is the information that is trying to be reseeded into the subconscious. Because now the feminine is making a turnaround. It is returning. She is coming back. She is doing another go at dissolving the patriarchal masculine system that we're in. This is breaking down. It's happening. And of course, that system is fighting back. So we're going to hear in certain corners women's rights being taken away. And on the other side, women's rights are being expanded, in air quotes, as if they need, like, you guys know what I mean. But women are finding themselves in further places that they weren't expecting to be in before. So this whole energy is very subtle. It's on very deep layers. And most people are just going to notice a certain softness. It's going to be hard to draw boundaries. It's going to be hard to draw lines in the sand. It's going to be hard to keep other people's consciousnesses out of yours. Because again, Neptune and Pisces, they don't know boundaries. We don't know boundaries, you guys. We don't. And so it's everything is one big ocean. It's the drop falls into the ocean and melts into the ocean, and that's the energy. So this is a fantastic time to share the love. Literally, this is a time where it's amazing to share the love, because the people will receive the love that you share. So let's dive into it, and let's go Aries through to Pisces. And when it comes to money, it's a fantastic time to manifest abundance, to manifest wealth, to call it in. I call more money to me now. I call more abundance into my life and into my experience. But calling in more abundance, more money, more love, more health, more wealth, more prosperity, more joy, more happiness. And woo, yes, darlings, do your ceremonies, And it's a fantastic energy. It really is. It is a boon. Now, let's get to the shadow side of this energy and how it's being hijacked to cause illusions and deceptions. So further illusions, we're going to dive in as a collective deeper into this illusionary cycle, right? So whether it's politics, the economic state, whatever it is, traditions. Oh my gosh, don't get me started on nationalism. And the videos that I did previously on the years ahead and what is to come. 3 years in a row, I kept saying nationalism is on the rise, you guys. Nationalism is on the rise. And here we are. Look around the world. Nationalism is on the rise. We've got people standing up in Mexico, Spain, Europe, Canada, North America, and trying to maintain their boundaries. But clearly the universe has a different plan, right? So because Neptune and Pisces, like I just said, doesn't know boundaries. So there's a certain dissolving or dissolution or mixing of the elements that is coming up, that is going to continue to happen no matter what people try to do, because it's a new cycle, it's a new age. It's no longer we should be tied to the small and limiting versions of ourselves that are tied to a self-concept, which is limited to a specific region or area or color or you name it. Like, people are going to start realizing there's a difference between ethnicity and nationality, and that the two can be very different and coexist simultaneously quite peacefully. But so that is coming up. But also the shadows of illusion, the shadows of illusion, illusionary shadows, sorry, I should say, because I'm hearing illusions are not a bad thing. Illusions help to see the intangible. Illusions help to see what isn't there or what we can't literally see, right? So illusions are like pictures, symbols of something. But if we chase the illusion as the end goal, then we've lost the message. We have to realize what's in that illusion and why it's leading us astray and why it says about us and what it's really pointing to or what we really need. So if we're looking for a strong man, which a lot of people still look for, to stand up there at the front and say, well, I will solve all your problems. I have the solution to all things. And we already know that that's literally impossible, number one. And it's like I keep saying when it comes to politics, when people want to start up and say I'm against corruption, immediately you know they're corrupt. Like, how are you going to go against corruption? Because corruption doesn't start off with being full-blown corruption. It starts off with doing favors for people that you like, care about, and love, or favors for people that you can get benefit from. So how? So in any case, this illusion that we're going to be seeing or coming up is going to try to bring us deeper into the system. So what we have to do as a collective is realizing this illusion is coming up and it's pointing us, it's dragging us. If we believe in it and we follow it, we're going to go deeper into this illusionary world. Or we can see that, whoa, it's pointing to a fundamental lack within us. How can we work together to make something better? How can we work together to make something come about and out of this and happen from this? So there is that. That's the shadow side of this energy, is that it will actually be beneficial to cast even more subtle illusions and weave stories and all of that. Draw people in, suck them in, and into places and into votes and into, all of that. So yeah, be mindful, be aware, and realize that illusions are not inherently bad. Nothing is bad in that sense, but it's not beneficial for us, or it doesn't behoove us to set the illusion as the end goal and to chase after it. It's the carrot on the stick. It's meant to get us somewhere else, which is into more autonomy, more alignment, more truth, more strength, more being able to really see how we can work together, like I was speaking about before, getting together, investing together, having investment groups, things of that nature, because that's the only way we can move forward and counter one of the continuing onwards, by the way, it hasn't stopped, continuing onwards, this wealth transfer of all time. Okay, so, and in the current system, of course, wealth equals power. So here we are. So if you think your government is running you, I'll leave it at that because I want this video to stay on YouTube. Let's get started. That was the collective read for this Neptune and Pisces. Yeah, I love it. I love this energy. I love the softness. I love the flow. I feel like I'm in a current and I'm just floating in this current, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, stunning, amazing energy. Aries, what's coming up for you? Yes, let's get to it. Aries, what's coming up? And I'm going to make these messages short and sweet, you guys. I don't want to, I want to get to the point. Just get to the point. Spirit, I just want to get to the point, okay? What's coming up for Aries? Aries, things are definitely breaking free and moving forward, okay? You've got the 8 of Wands here. So messages that are coming to you, messages that you're receiving, messages that are helping you get on your pathway, move forward, that are breaking you loose, that are giving you a new perspective and a new start. This actually shows this card, Philip and the Ethiopian. And so in the New Testament, Philip evangelizes this Ethiopian man. And then all of a sudden he was called away by the Holy Spirit, and the Ethiopian went on his way singing and dancing. So Aries, that's literally it. You're receiving a message from spirit, from the cosmos, from the universe, in form of however it shows up for you. But it's a relief. It's a release. It's allowing you to sing on your merry way forward. It's allowing you to move forward in peace and in joy. It's allowing you to release the past, right? Shake it all off. The burden of your past, whatever was in your back, whatever was attached to you, it's all being removed. It's all being removed. It's all being removed, thrown out into the sea. It's dissolving in the energies of Neptune. Now, on the flip side, you've got something going on with abundance. This is one of your themes. This is the 10 of Pentacles, or the 10 of grain in this deck. This also has to do with ancestral healing. So this is a period, Aries, where you will be ancestrally healing. You will be healing thoughts, ideas, concepts, feelings, emotionalities of your ancestors that you have been carrying forward, living out to a certain degree. And it's going to be those emotionalities and feelings that are deep in your subconscious that you are completely consciously not fully 100% aware of, but you're going to become aware of it now. And so this is all being released. These can be old childhood stuff. I do feel, Aries, that you may have grown up in a family where you felt like you didn't belong. You felt like, this is not my lineage. This is not my line. I don't know what I'm doing here. And you may have left home early. You may have disconnected from them early. You may have cut them off early for various reasons, but I don't feel like it's coming back around. But some way, somehow, the continuation of the lineage is continuing through you, and that you are breaking cycles. You are breaking things that, and your ancestors are cheering you on. Your ancestors are cheering you on, possibly ancestors that you didn't even know exist. But it does feel like this is also opening the door for you, Aries, to finally have something long lasting. So if you've been trying your hardest for a relationship or a career or something that lasts through time, this is what this energy is doing. It's taking away those sabotaging energies that would undermine you every time you tried to make something, build something to last. And it is now being dissolved and taken away. And what's coming next in your life is meant to last for you. It's meant to be there for the long haul, whether that be a relationship or whatever it is you're looking for. Okay. I also see an increase in wealth, an increase in abundance, money coming easily and effortlessly into your experience. All right. So let's keep going. And Taurus, what's going on for Taurus, please? I have to keep making sure because sometimes it likes to just dip and then I have no sound and I have to redo this whole thing. I'm not doing that. Taurus, what's coming up for Taurus? Okay, Taurus, wow. This energy is getting you to look at some things, yeah? You've got the Four of Swords. So this is going deep into reflection, and you may be feeling as if things aren't moving forward for you, as if they're stagnating. What I'm also picking up and feeling is that, you know, those gurus, those Indian gurus that sit in caves, and they are so enlightened, they are so informed and aware that they realize that every breath they take has a consequence. Every word they say has a consequence that goes out over time and over the millennia. And they're so hyper aware of all of it that they just sit in caves and maintain a peaceful vibration to maintain that consciousness layer in our world. Otherwise, that consciousness layer would eventually erode, dissolve, and we would be left with nothing. So the legend and the lore goes about these. And it feels like, yeah, this is what you're kind of doing, Taurus. You know, you're sitting there, you're contemplating life, you're looking at things, and you're healing in a sense, but I also feel you have healed, and maybe you haven't realized that you've healed, and you're still sitting in the old patterns in a way and not really letting go. It's time to cut those off. And that's where the Ten of Swords is coming in. It's time to cut them off. Acknowledge that you've healed. Acknowledge that it's time to cut off certain people, certain things that you do that bring you no more joy, that are not making you happy or fulfilling you anymore. It's time to cut off certain habits. It's time to change your lifestyle. And this is what this energy is doing. It's sweeping in, it's washing everything clean, and it's allowing you to feel more comfortable in the new and the shiny and the clean than in the stagnant old, because there's something that you have still been sitting and contemplating that I'm feeling you've been hiding yourself a little bit from your own light. That's another thing. You've been hiding from your own light. You've been hiding your light from others. You haven't fully stepped onto your known and clear pathway, and you will be able to do this moving forward. Okay? It's going to be clear. But you have to cut something off. You have to let something go. Otherwise, whatever you're holding on to from the past is going to steal your strength. It's going to zap your strength. It's going to zap your connection, your ability, your strength, all of that. You have to let it go. You have to release it. Moving on to Gemini. What is this energy bringing for those with strong Gemini? Gemini, please. Woo! Gemini, we've got, wow, okay. The Magician, parting the Red Sea, baby. Miracles coming in for you. And a full heart, reconnecting with maternal, motherly energies. Some kind of deep healing is happening here, Gemini, when it comes to your mother. Okay, whatever happened in the past that kind of made you feel like you missed out maybe on having a mother, that made you feel disconnected from nurturing feminine energies, that made you not want to express that too much, or you misunderstanding your mother or your mother misunderstanding you, whatever it is, it's dissolving. Okay, there's a new softness arising, and it feels like a miracle, like a wonder. I also see some of you Geminis like drawing up energy for something major. You're in a creative process, might be manifesting process, and you're drawing up the energy for something major to come into the world, because the Magician is the manifester, literally, but the Empress is the gateway through which it shows up. So this energy is allowing you to pull in like major energies to make something happen. So it's time for you to get creative, draw, write, sing, dance, whatever kind of creativity is yours. Flow with it, go with it, express yourself, manifest what it is that you desire. Surround yourself with beautiful things and beautiful people, and be joyous. Let go of the heaviness. Let go of the constant nitpicking and nagging and insecurities and anxieties and fears and worries and doubts and all this stuff that is sitting in the back of your head. Even if you say, I don't have any of that, you do. And this energy can totally dissolve that for you. But you have to become aware of it, and you have to lift it up and say, I don't know what to do with this. Take it from me. I'm returning this energy to the universe. I've learned all I can from it. Recycle it. Do what you will with it. This is the result that I've gotten from it, and I'm letting it go. And be done with it, Gemini. Be done with it. But there is a major healing coming in when it comes to your maternal energies, when it comes to your nurturing energies. And it may be that your energies were a little bit out of balance, So out of balance, either you were stone cold and weren't able to open up to people at all and have no sense of humor whatsoever, and can't have fun and can't be feminine and can't flirt and can't enjoy yourself. Or you're the complete opposite end of things, where you're constantly clucking over something and someone and not allowing it to unfold and express itself, and in a sense totally controlling the scenario. So there's also a manipulative energy that's coming in, I'm feeling, because all of a sudden I remember Mars moved through into Cancer, and Mars in Cancer is super manip. So but we'll get into that in Cancer, I think, which is coming up right now. But Gemini, yeah, just let go, let God, and get creative, have fun, enjoy yourself again, and enjoy the healing. Enjoy the healing of how you connect with femininity, how you express your feminine, how you feel about feminine energies. Yeah? Alrighty. Let's dive into Cancer. What's coming up for Cancer, please? Cancer. Cancer. What's coming up for Cancer? Cancer, this is the Wheel of Fortune. So things are turning majorly in your favor. It's always a good sign when the Wheel of Fortune pops up. And you've got the Page of Cups. This is awesome. So Cancer, some of you are going to be fertile, okay? So if you're not looking to have babies and you're in a fertile phase, this is, or if you are looking to have babies, this is definitely going to work out for you. So this is definitely a fertility phase that is coming up for Cancer. And but it also feels as if a new phase of love is coming towards you. Someone is offering an apology or bringing an apology, or you're feeling the need to apologize to someone or something. But it does feel like reunification. It feels like love. It feels like an offering. It feels like support. It feels like cherishing, soft words, joy, softness. It feels like a very beautiful, harmonious energy for you. So this is not a bad thing, and it is bringing in an offer as well. There is an offer coming in from Spirit to you, Cancer. I'm not quite sure if you're going to take the offer, but there is an offer, a request almost that's coming, and a question of service. Okay, a question of service, and serving, I almost heard that serving the sands of time or the wheels of time. That's what I'm picking up here. Cancer, what else am I feeling from these two cards? You may have a son. Someone here has a son who's listening in, and they're going through a major shift or a major transformation in their life. Okay, this is a major change in their life that is occurring, and you're there for that. You're absolutely supportive for that. But this shift is also affecting you. It's shifting your life as well. Okay, so there's some kind of, maybe they're moving out. Maybe they're starting a new phase in school in the fall. I don't know. But there's some kind of a shift that's happening with your son. I'm hearing particularly son. Although don't negate daughters. It might be a daughter, but a son that is also affecting you and shifting your life forward. And this is very specific, okay? So, but for most of you, it's going to be offers of love. It's going to be reconciliations. It's going to be a very soft energy. It's going to be a gentle shifting of the wheel, a gentle shifting into a new cycle. It's going to be an offer from Spirit or a request from Spirit to you. And it ties in somehow with service, being of service, being in service too. So it's almost as if you're going to see how your life plays a role with this energy. And don't deny that illusion, okay? You might think, oh, I'm having illusions, I'm deluded. Don't deny that, but pay attention to where it points to or what it points towards, and you'll get the real message, and that'll be the message from Spirit for you. Okay, moving on to Leo and this energy, this Leo energy. Leo, how is this affecting you? Leo, please. Leo, okay. Now, Leo, you've been thinking about how to run the world. Maybe you have some world domination plans or you want to get back out in there in the world, but this is the World card. So a fantastic conclusion to something. It feels like the end of a karmic cycle as well. And you feeling the energies resurge within you. You're getting your life force energy back. So if you felt like you've, I don't know, lost your mojo, lost your juju, lost your je ne sais quoi, you've lost some spark within you, you're getting it back. Spirit is bringing this back to you. So this is a time where it's great for you to meditate. It's great for you to go into silence. And yes, you show up here as the King of Wands. This is the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a doer, is an action taker, gets things done, baby. Is out and about and a mover and a shaker and an inspirer and has a lot of energy. And so maybe you've been living that energy up to now, or you need to step into it after you get your spark back. But they're asking you to hang in there, be patient, do some meditation, right? reconnect to your highest source possible and allow that glow of light, that spark of light to flow down to you, to sit in your heart or your solar plexus chakra, wherever you need it most. But this is a time where that can happen. The veils are thinning and it's easier for you to regain your life force energy. But there's a message coming through strongly about your life force energy having been low for quite some time now, and you having to refill your cup, you having to refill things. And a part of the reason why your life force energy was so low is because you kept you were a little bit grumpy because you thought, is this all there is to life? Is this the way it's going to be? Is this the way it's going to be forever? Is this all I have to look forward to? Is this what it is? Is this the end of it, you know? And there's more that you want to explore. There's more that you want to experience. And Spirit is saying, yes, 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 it's coming. Do not worry. This is the end of a cycle for you. It's the end of an age. And you have passed the test with flying colors, whatever. But it's going to work itself out for you. It is. Okay. So just be patient, hang in there, wait until the reseeding of your soul has been completed. That's what I literally just heard. Wait until the reseeding of your soul has been completed, and then you will move forward in glory and in grace. Okay. So hang in there. Those of you that are losing patience, don't lose hope. It's coming around for you, a new chapter. This is major, but again, these are subtle levels, and Leo is not always subtle. So it might be hard for Leo to recognize these subtle levels a little, but you can do it. You can do it. Meditate, tap into it. Feel that reseeding of your soul. Okay, because a new spark, a new light is coming down through your soul, because I believe that the soul is the connection to God, to the divine, through which the spark of the divine, the Holy Spirit, flows back and forth like an umbilical cord. So you send information up, it sends energy down. And you can do that meditation, Leo. I'm hearing Sat Nam. And you'll feel it. You'll feel it. But this is a major energy. Just let things flow and allow your life force energy to be rejuvenated, to be brought back up again. Allow the meditations that bring you hanging in front of the sun like a drop in the sky, just turning in the light and feeling it flowing into you from all sides. Do the meditation where you're swimming in the ocean and there's nothing around you but ocean, and you're able to relax and completely let go and drift, and you know you're going to be carried somewhere safe and good for you. It's a good time, Leo. Virgo, what's coming up for Virgo, please? What's the message that Virgo needs to hear in regards to this energy of the partial lunar eclipse in Pisces? Woohoo! Oh, Virgo. All right, you're rebuilding, Virgo. Some chapter of your life has broken your heart. You've been going through some rough times and some rough experiences. You've had to drag yourself through. Your sensitive soul. You've been disappointed time and time and time again. You've been betrayed. You've been disappointed, or at least you feel that way. You've had to rebuild, and every time it was torn back down again. You feel like you've given your soul, you've given everything that you have. You're left with almost nothing. And you feel like everybody else is somehow smarter than you, and they figured out this game except for you. Somehow you're always pulling the short stick when it comes to pulling sticks. And Spirit's like, hey, stop. We're rebuilding here, okay? And we gave you a ton of gifts and talents that you're not doing anything with, okay? Because Virgo is too busy crying over spilled milk here. Crying over the truth that has been revealed. Crying of self and of other, crying over, because the Three of Swords also indicates the dissolution of illusion, right? The three swords piercing the heart. The heart tends to follow illusion, and the three swords represent understanding, intellect, ideas, thinking. So the thinking has pierced the heart. The thinking has pierced the illusion, has cast it out. And so Virgo is like, okay, I see the truth for what it is now. I see what's true, and I don't like it. And because Virgo had a specific agenda, they had a specific goal, they had a specific image of self that they felt they needed to live up to or live towards. And now that's being broken down and it's time to rebuild. But Spirit has given Virgo gifts and talents. This is the Three of Pentacles. This is them building in the temple. And so a new understanding of self is being built. This can also represent a new home, a new domicile. You are moving, Virgo, okay? You're moving. And this may be a positive message for most of you, but you're moving. And within the next year, you're going to be living somewhere new. You're going to be living somewhere new, okay? But a move is in your future. You're definitely looking at a new home, rebuilding connections with new people, new friends, new supporters, new people that have your back. And this is going to work out. This is absolutely going to work out for you this time. So this is the past. This is in the past. This is, oops, sorry, this one. This is in the past. This is what is being removed for you, is this sadness, this grief, this pain, this not being able to enjoy your life, having nothing work out, always looking to who's going to stab me in the back next, who's not going to support me next, into building something absolutely amazing here with a new tribe, new group, new people that see you and your worth and see you for who you are, Virgo. See you for what you're capable of. See you for the good that you bring into this world, okay? So this is amazing energy. Open yourself up to it. Yes, I feel Virgos are going to go through a loss and a dissolution with this energy. Yes, the past is going to dissolve. You may burn bridges, or bridges have been burnt in your absence, but it's all for the best. It's all for the best. And there is a new pathway going down, a new place where you're really going to be able to show up and shine because it's your time. Okay? Alrighty. On to Libra. Libra, what does Libra need to know, please? What does Libra need to know? Wow, while I've been sitting here, the ocean has been coming in. It's a lot closer now than it was before. Let's see, Libra, what's coming in? Libra, actually, that's exactly part of the message. Abundance is coming in for you. The ocean is coming in. Abundance is coming in for you, Libra. I feel like Libra, you know, you've been really investing your time, energy, effort into something for quite some time, number one. Number two, things used to be easy for you, but lately they haven't been. So there's something there where it's all of a sudden you've had tough going, Libra, and before it was easy, and you're like, why is it so hard? And that's because you were spoiled before. I do have the feeling that whether you realize it or not, things kind of in comparison to other people and other experiences, things have come to a I don't know, how should I put this? Like, life hasn't been easy for every single Libra out there that is listening to this message, clearly. But I do feel that some of you have had it very easy that are listening to this message in comparison to other people and other experiences, yeah? And it feels as if that was your norm. There was a base level of norm. And so, yes, of course, you have the feeling that life has dealt you hard stuff, but maybe you've observed other people going through hard times, or you were standing with other people as they go through hard times. But you yourself, actually, personally, maybe you've suffered with other people as they went through hard times, but it feels like you've been kind of given some kind of a protection or a boon. That protection may come from a deceased female member of your family, by the way. That's what I'm picking up. Deceased female that is around you, that is giving you protection and some kind of a boon. And but now, the last year, 2 years, maybe for some of you 3 or 4, it has been rough. And you're like, I didn't sign up for this. I signed up for Libra. I signed up for balance. I signed up for beauty, aesthetics, grace, peace, harmony, all of that. I'm Helen of Troy. I'm Aphrodite. I'm not this, whatever this is. And it's almost as if to come into balance with the receiving end of yourself, because that was quite clearly and well deformed, defined, and shaped. You had to develop the taking. You had to develop also the masculine side of yourself, the giving. And so we're seeing you fine-tuning here. This is the Eight of Pentacles with this energy. You're being fine-tuned. Libra, this is Three of Pentacles coming up for you again. This is a double work card. So yes, abundance is coming in, but you're going to have to work for it. Okay? Abundance is coming in, but you're going to have to work for it. And the illusionary side of the Neptune and Pisces is going to give you in this partial lunar eclipse the ideas necessary for you to work on building and manifesting for the abundance to flow through to get to you. Okay? So there's a mastery coming up. You're going to be a master in your field. You're going to be recognized for your mastery. This is a time to write a book. This is time to position yourself in a certain way. And of course, there's going to be, a certain exposure that goes along with it, and a certain questioning of your authorities that is going to come from that, but you will master that with ease. You will absolutely get through that. But it's time for you to start positioning yourself not as a beginner, not as a learner, not as a I'm still studying, I'm still learning every day of my life. No, you've learned something, and now it's time to pass on the baton. Now the time has come for you to position yourself as a master, as someone who knows what they're doing. But this will increase your workload. So make no mistakes, this will increase your workload. It will increase what's expected of you. It will increase the demands towards your perfectionism, it will. So you're going to have to learn how to deal with stress as well. You're going to have to learn how to deal with the stress that you put on yourself to be perfect, because people are going to be seeking that from you. They're going to be requesting that, and mistakes are going to be harshly dealt with, yeah? But at the same time, this is your time, right? It is your time. So you've got to get out there and start building on your legacy, start building on your work, because the visions of what you're meant to do and build are now being given to you. Libra, it's your time. This is another sign similar to, was it Aries? I'm not quite sure, but similar to Aries, where whatever you begin now, even though it's a very dissolving energy, even though it's very dissolute, because you're building in spirit, which is the true foundation that we need to build on, not on the sand of the 3D world and this material realm, which is actually the Maya, the living illusion, and she is feminine and she is glorious and beautiful. But you're actually building in the spirit realm something new. And you build something new through your principles, your values, your actions, your decisions, your intentions, the deep intentions on your deep subconscious. You're going to have to tackle those, because they will make or break you. So if you've got these unattended intentions of hurting others, reveling in others' pain, loving to see others suffer, sacrificing, loving to see the sacrifices of others, but not being willing to bring sacrifices yourself, you're going to be called on that. So it is a challenging time for Libras, but you're going to get through, and you've got to watch those deep subconscious intentions, because like riptides, they're going to rip everything out from underneath you, because people are becoming more and more aware. Like, it's not just individuals, it's the whole of creation. And this includes animals. I saw this report on these dogs that were being taught to drive for emergency situations in New Zealand or Australia. It's like, what? But yeah, these dogs are driving, dude. Like, it's insane. It is so crazy. But that showed me, yes, all of creation is leveling up. We're all, rising in consciousness and awareness. And that's why you have to do the deep inner work on the deeper levels. And Libra likes to play in the sparkles of light on the top of the water, but you got to get down there, girl and boy or guy or whatever, and have a look at those deep ocean currents that are actually creating the climate that you work and reside in, and that others get to share when they're with you and in your vicinity. Okay, So all this envy, jealousy, insecurity, anxiety, doubt, fear, all of it, you've got to get to it, realize it, put on some warning signs, riptide here. Okay, moving onward to, but abundance is coming to you, and great success if you're able to really build in spirit and not on sand. Now, Scorpio. Ooh, Scorpio. Why am I getting this feeling? I think it's that Neptunian vibe. There's something really, whoa. There's something, deeply erotic and soul melting in this message. This is going to be an amazing time for those of you in partnerships. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. I can't even. So I'm shuffling the cards. And what comes up is the Lover's card. Yes, the Lover's card. And we've got the Hanged Man. Some of you are stuck on something or someone. This is a sexual thing. This is absolutely a sexual thing. And it's being flushed out of you, right? So those of you that see yourselves as kind of non-sexual Scorpios, that's not going to fly anymore. There's sexual energy is creative energy, and something triggered these energies in you where you really felt like you were melting with someone, or you really felt deeply connected to someone, or you really felt that someone deeply connected to you, but you felt it. You felt this connection. And now it's hanging there, okay? It's not going left, it's not going right, it's not doing anything, it's just there. And you feel kind of stuck, and you feel tied to it or nailed to it. But there's a deeply, but this person is not making, whoever you're with is not making a decision. They're letting you decide. They're saying, this is what it is, and you decide, take it or leave it, but this is what it is. They're not taking your apple, Scorpio. You're offering them the apple. You're here, bite from the apple. It's good, I promise you. We're going to be like gods. And they're like, no, I've heard that story before, and I think I'm going to do my own thing, And you're like, but I want to melt with you. I want to become one with you. I want to be you. And that's the thing you have to look at, Scorpio. Who do you want to be? Because it feels like some of you have the habits of incorporating certain aspects of other people and becoming other people in a sense. And it's really hard for you to draw boundaries. And when you draw boundaries, you become hurtful. Like that tail of the scorpion goes out. And you're not aware that it's a defense, not an aggression, that tail is for when people are coming for your soul. And it may feel to you as if everything is coming for your soul. Everything is a threat. Everything is something or the other. But this is a wake-up call for you. This is really the horn that is blowing. It's the angels' horns that are coming. It's whatever it is. I won't say stop offering apples. No, but be more mindful, of what it is that you're actually requesting or demanding when it comes to relationships and people. And if you're not the one who's out for someone's soul, because it feels as if this is what you deeply want, is you feel like it's a soul connection, but you actually want their soul. So it's you feel like, if you love me, you'd give it to me. It's kind of cute, I've got this little, all of a sudden I have this image of this little vampire with fangs going down, going, but. And it's very adorable, Scorpio, but there's this person is not budging. So it feels as if, whatever image you had of the Garden of Eden that you're living in, or the Eve that you are, it's being dissolved. And it's going to reveal truth. And that truth will leave you hanging, because at first you don't know what to do with it. Remember, I warned you guys that these are the signs that are going to be feeling this energy a lot. And it has a lot to do with the deception is going to be so perfect, so pure, and so see-through at the same time that yes, on the one hand, you're going to lust for it, but you're going to see what's behind it and you're not going to really want it. So it's this push pull energy. And you're also going to be feeling called to see what the illusion actually points to within your own soul. And that you're not on the search for someone else's soul, you're on the search for your soul. You're on the search to find your soul. Okay? So I hope that made sense. I think for the Scorpios that it was meant for, it's going to make absolute and total sense. But I feel like let this one go, because it's not whatever you've pinned your hopes and your heart and your actions upon. That's it. You've pinned your actions. You've made your actions hinge on someone else's choices, and that needs to stop. It needs to end. You need to be free, and this energy is giving you that, because it's dissolving whatever's not true. It's taking away from you whatever's not true, and you have to be willing to let that slip like sand through your fingers that just created the sandcastle that you built for yourself, because there's something new that is coming in. There's something fresh that is coming in, and there's something more that and deeper that is being demanded of you. I also feel that you're reaching for the fruit. Like, there's so much to be said about this card with Eve here, but you're reaching for the fruit, but you're unwilling to get off the ground to get it. So it's almost like you've decided, oh, that's too high for me, so I'm just going to pick up the fruit that fell on the ground, which is now rotten. But that's easy. That's too easy. So don't go back to what has already denied you. Don't go back to what you've already put aside as not being right for you. Don't pick up the easy fruit on the ground. Don't do that. And keep trying to get the real fruit that is given to you from God, the real seed of spirit that is given to you by God. Keep elevating and elevating and elevating your energy and yourself into something higher. And a part of that has to do with recognizing when you're trying to actually get into someone's soul, okay? And that a person has every right to say, whoa, stop, no. And this has to do with judgments. This has to do with, what do you call it? Control issues. There we go. Control issues, Scorpio. You've got to let it go. Control issues, judgments, insecurities, anxieties that you refuse to acknowledge, that are deeply subconsciously buried. Okay? Alrighty, moving onwards to Sagittarius, yeah? Sag, what is coming up for Saggies? Woo, Sag, a shock of lightning. Sag, you're one of the few signs, like I said, this is going to hit home for you too, this energy. But you're one of the few signs that is making the sacrifice. You're like, I get it, you know, I'm not going to eat sugar anymore. I'm not going to overload on Doritos. I'm not going to touch that relationship. I'm not going back to that job. I'm going to start looking for a new apartment. I'm going to start making different decisions in my life. I'm going to level up. I'm not going to hide from myself anymore. I'm not going to project onto others anymore. I'm not going to project into others anymore. And that's a big issue with Scorpio right now, projections as well. I forgot to mention that, but I'll go back and kind of write it underneath. But you're not doing any of that. You're like, you know what, universe, you want me to sacrifice something? When, where, how, why? And you're ready, you know, you're ready. Because you're connecting in with the deeper currents. You're connecting in with the deeper flows right now. I'm also feeling some of you may be doing a lot of healing herbs and healing medicines. And this has done a lot for you. Like, it's actually shifted your perspective. It's actually gotten you onto a different frequency. So whatever you're doing, keep doing. It seems to be working, but it's really opening things up for you. And this is where the insight comes through. You're like, you're gobbledy smacked because you're getting the downloads, you're getting the messages in this energy. And maybe you're one of those Saggies that were a little too grounded, a little too in the books, in the sense that you always thought, I'm not that intuitive, everybody else is. But your intuition is on point and on fire during these energies right now. You're feeling it and you're getting the downloads. This is a fantastic time to write. This is a time of inspiration. This is a fantastic time for you to be inspired, to help inspire others as well. You could be public speakers. You could be, because you're willing to do what it takes to get the message across. You're willing to do what it takes to help others. And some of you are, I have to do a Scorpio part 2, but some of you are really, you'd be fantastic in medicine right now. If you're working in the medical field or the healing field, you're getting the information, you're getting the downloads, you're getting the connection. Your hands are like, woo, the hands of the gods if you're in surgery. It's amazing. And so it really feels as if, wow, this energy that is coming through for you, I hope you're picking up on it, but it is, wow, it is amazing. It's where you've always wanted to be. And how do you make this stay? And what do you need to sacrifice to make this stay? You're ready to sacrifice to make it stay. And that's all the universe needs to know from you, that you're willing to do what it takes. And what is sacrifice? It's to make something sacred. And you're not willing to muddle up the energies. So by way of staying pure, these energies defend themselves against the infiltration of more negative energies, which would dilute them, similar to mud in water. Okay. And so this kind of water doesn't allow the mixing of the energies because it would dilute the pure frequency, the pure consciousness stream, the pure understanding. And you've gotten that on some kind of a deep soul level. You've gotten that. You understand that when you get into that frequency, that you're going to have to give up a lot, because whatever all that stuff is cannot go with you to that frequency. And you're willing to protect that frequency that you have acquired, that you have gained, and you're not willing to let that energy in. So it does feel as if, yes, for some of you Scorpios, there's going to be a cutting off of something, but this is painless. It's pain-free. Some of you may have minor surgeries that are coming up. I keep seeing surgery for some reason. So some of you may have minor surgery or just had a surgery from which you're going to be healing wonderfully. But there's something about surgery for you, Sag, okay? And it also feels there's stomach surgery for some of you for some reason. Oh, yeah, some kind of gastro. But it's going to work out for you. It's going to be just fine. So this is a beautiful time. Enjoy the shift, enjoy the change. And I don't need to tell you to not be afraid if things are removed out of your life which no longer serve you. You already know, and you're already letting go, and you're already allowing. So it's perfect. It's fantastic. I do feel that for those of you that are looking for love, because there's a love message that is coming through. There is a love message that is coming through. Someone's grandfather has sent someone to you. That's someone's grandfather is sending someone something. Someone. They're going to set you up. Spirit's going to set you up. Okay. So take any unusual invite that comes your way, because Spirit's going to set you up. I can't wait to hear. Okay. Alrighty, moving on to Capricorn. What's coming up for Capricorn, please? Capricorn and this energy. Oh, Capricorn, you're hanging in there. Yeah. Some of you feel like you're in a jail cell when it comes to your work. Okay, you've got the 9 of Wands here, so you've been praying and praying and praying. And you've got the Strength card to endure. And in both of them, they're sitting in the dark and there's only a thin ray of light coming down. And they're hardly able to make a move. And so the Strength card has to do with discipline and endurance. The 9 of Wands, same thing, discipline and endurance. Both of them are looking to God. They're praying to God and they're praying for hope and answer. But not one of them is blaming God or putting the negativity, projecting that onto God. They're just praying for the favors of the gods, so to speak. The favors of the gods are going to be yours, Capricorn. And yes, you've gone through a hard time. you're going to continue for a little bit to go through a little bit of a hard time. Okay, not gonna lie. And the energy is it's going to make it difficult for you to get anything pulled together and anything created that's solid that you can stand on so you can step out of this jail cell. But you're going to make it. Okay, so it's not the end, but you're close to the end. And this energy is actually there for you to be able to take a breather, number one, but also to receive the inspiration, the download, the insight, the wisdom, the knowledge, of what you need to do next, what's coming next. The number 9 and the 8 represent endings, right? Endings of a hard period of time. 9 is it's a hard ending, okay? So when it comes to relationships, there might be a hard, cold ending and where things are just cut off. When it comes to work, you might be completely cut off from your work or your place of work for whatever reason. You may be taking time off or what have you. But it feels like there's some kind of a harshness when it comes to that. And you have to be hard in these energies of softness because otherwise your boundaries keep getting overstepped. But you feel trapped. Like the energy that I feel is so trapped, and there's this yearning to experience this expansive Neptune and Pisces energy, but somehow something is keeping you locked out of it. And it feels like, Capricorn, you've got to allow the waves to come crashing in, because part of what's keeping those rocks and those stones on top of each other that form the walls that lock you in is they also give you a sense of control. You can measure how many steps you can walk in this room. You can measure who and how many people will fit into this room and what they're capable of doing in there with you. You can keep control over your situation, even though it's a situation that confines you. And so in order for you to release yourself, you'll actually have to surrender control, and you'll have to let the ocean come in, not knowing if it's going to drown you in that room or if it's going to knock over all the rocks, the stones that build it. So there is a risk that is involved with this energy, and you have to be willing to take it. Those of you starting a new relationship, you're going to have to dive in head first. It's an energy that is requiring of you to let go of whatever control issues you may have, okay? Woo! Pulling one more card for you. Yeah. Dialogue is your way out, okay? Speak. Stay in communication. Stay friendly. Stay talkative. Stay open. Stay flowy. And that will help you overcome the situations that you're going to be facing. But this is also working in your favor, okay? Because it's showing you all the illusions that you have created for yourself and that you've built a house out of. Now inhabit those illusions and believe them to be real. So allow them to be broken down. Don't fight it. Don't fight for it to maintain. Don't fight for it to stay. Allow for it to be broken down, okay? Alrighty, moving on. Aquarius, what's coming up for Aquarius, please? Aquarius, we've got, wow, the King of Coins and the Star. Aquarius, this is a beautiful energy that's coming in for you. And the energy has to do with money, honey, abundance, whatever abundance issues you've had. There's travel. I see travel for you, Aquarius, as you may be traveling soon within the month or the next 2 or 3 months, but also following a star of hope. A new hope is arising for you. Someone is bringing you hope, or something is giving you hope. Maybe hope for money, maybe hope for, but also an elevation of sorts. An elevation, okay? Aquarius, it feels like this time has come for you to elevate yourself, for you to go on to the next step of your journey, for you to go on the next step of your evolutionary cycle. There is this energy that is really allowing you to step onto the next pedestal, on the next stair. I literally saw you getting on that, at the Olympics, the 1, 2, 3 steps, and you getting onto the one step for the gold medal. And it's something that you didn't expect, that you didn't see coming. So there is a gift that is coming to you, a boon that is coming to you when it comes to this energy, and one that is going to be giving. Now, the challenge for you to stay grounded, no matter what you get, no matter how many compliments you get, no matter how much love you're shown, don't go into your ego. Don't let it take you up and away. Stay grounded. The King of Coins is very grounded. He's wealthy, he's grounded, and he doesn't care. He doesn't care either way, whether he's complimented or critiqued, he doesn't care. And this is the energy you have to get into, Aquarius. You can't care whether you're critiqued or you're elevated. You can't care. Don't let it affect you. Don't let it pull you out of your middle. And that's how you pass this shift of the ages test for you. But you are shifting out of something, out of feeling stuck, out of feeling stymied, out of feeling like things aren't moving forward, out of feeling like I'm stuck in the old energy, I'm stuck in the past, it's just not working. You're moving out of that, and in a way that is really, you're feeling the freshness in your soul, you're feeling the wealth in your stomach, you're feeling the openness in your heart, you're feeling the rootedness in your feet, you're feeling the abundance and the joy, and that life can be good. And there is a little bit of part of you that is afraid, can this be taken away from me? Can this be removed from me? But it won't be. This is your next chapter. You're elevating. So the advice that I'm hearing and getting, whatever you can do to level up, also physically, do that. Start dressing better, start eating better, start sleeping right, start reading more books that have self-development content. Start working out, start enjoying your life, start hanging out with people that are positive. You don't have to fight for this anymore. Just move into that energy. Live your life like an entitled person. And you're going to see that it all comes into manifestation. It all comes to fruition. This is a fantastic time for you to make your energy, your dreams come true, Aquarius, for you to follow those images and illusions that you've had maybe for years, but to not to realize that that's not your end goal. It's just bringing you to the next step. It's just bringing you to where you're supposed to be in your own development, in your growth, and who you're meant to be. This is a beautiful time when it comes to relationships. I do feel and I've said that for a couple signs, but I know this is a dissolving energy and everybody's like, how horrible, but it's not. It is a great time for you to build foundational things right now. And so the relationships that you get into, depending on your level of evolution, they can be either transient, but getting you to where you need to be, or they're going to be relationships that you build in spirit, in the intangible, on the Neptunian levels, that are going to last for a very long time. So this is a beautiful time for you. Enjoy. You've earned it. You deserve it. Last but not least, certainly not least, Pisces. And this is the sign where it's all going down and you're hosting the party. Yep. You're hosting. Pisces. What's coming up for Pisces with this lunar eclipse in Pisces? Partial lunar eclipse in Pisces. Pisces. Okay. Woo! It's your element, Pisces. You're going to feel like there are no holds here. Pisceans come from places that experiences in different worlds and times that didn't have the level of limitation, fragmentation that this 3D world is experiencing at this time. And so we're very flowy, we're mutable, it's very easy for us to shift states. We can be chameleon-esque or chameleon-like. We can be adaptable, and we just go with the flow. And we love being I've noticed that about several Pisces, that there's this telepathic communication almost, this understanding in your groups, in your tribes, that just goes intuitively. Some of you Pisces, very rare, very few, that have a lot of Leo or a lot of Aries, are sharks, straight up. And you have the intuitive know how to get into other people's skin, how to bite through to the bone. But you do that in a way that is so soft, so gentle, so nonchalant that people notice the hit after. Pisces tends also to be, when it comes to finances, actually, they're very savvy. They can be really grounded when it comes to finances because it equates to their element of flow, of money, they know how to deal with wealth and how to live a good life, a luxurious life. But when it comes to things like alcohol or spirits or addictions, that for some Pisces, not for me, but for some Pisces, it's a little more difficult. So there's some major shifts happening deep in the subconscious of Pisces where, woof, whatever was, you were swimming along, and all of a sudden this current, you get caught up in this current where you just end up somewhere else. Now you can flounder around in the current, you can resist, you can go swim the other way, but you're not going to get ahead. This is meant to be. This is a destiny moment for Pisces. And whatever you're experiencing right now, Pisces, is destiny. It's destiny. It's destiny. You are exactly in the right place at the right time with the right people, doing the right thing, experiencing what you're meant to experience according to the cycles of time and of life and the plans that were laid out for you. And so this is the Wheel of Fortune, and here you have the Temperance card. So two very major arcana. The Temperance card is Sagittarius, so you may be dealing with someone who has Sagittarius in their energy, but the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter, so there's a generosity of spirit that is also going here. The Balance card has to do with teaching. So Mary and Martha, there's hospitality in this card. There's a hosting energy. Just as I said, you're hosting this. But Mary and Martha, remember, they hosted Jesus and they washed his feet and all of that. But he also taught in their home. So there's a teaching that's occurring during this time, and you're learning things. You're learning from your experiences. You're learning from the past. You're learning from all the things that happened before, and you're moving forward new. You're moving forward fresh. And if you could be a snake Pisces, that would really fit the bill, because this is a time of shedding a skin for you. And you're looking at it and you're like, oh, okay, I wore these robes back then and they are beautiful, but I'm going to hang them up now because they don't fit, or I no longer need them. I no longer go to those kinds of places. So maybe you were 14 and you were a goth kid and you loved it and you love that version of yourself. You're not unhappy. It's all good, but you're ready to hang up the goth clothes because you're not going to those places anymore. You're not hanging with those people anymore. So you're learning, you're getting to know yourself new. You're getting to know a new aspect and a new version of yourself during this time, which is allowing you to experience a whole new level of earth, a whole new level of life on this earth plane. It's allowing you to experience a different version of the world, a different dimensional frequency of the world that maybe you didn't have access to previously. And this is literally a portal energy for you that you're going to swim through, that you're going to access very, very easily. So don't be afraid when the currents rip you away and bring you to places or people that you had no idea. People are going to come into your life, new people that you had no idea existed, of course, and but they're going to be the right ones for you. Through them, opportunities, through them, new possibilities. But there's it's a fresh start, and the old stuff, the old gunk Pisces, it's all washed away. There are no more energetic hooks in you. You have no more energetic hooks in other people. The karma with certain people and friends is just done and it's over. And it's a new day that is literally coming up for you. So don't be afraid to engage with it. Don't be afraid to encounter it. Let me see here. There were two other cards that came up for you. 1 second. 1 second here. Oh, yeah. And the two other cards that came up for you, you had the Wheel of Fortune before, and I'm pulling these two extra because I was just about to put them away and they stood out. I knew I had to show them to you. But you've come through a lot, Pisces. You've been betrayed, you've been backstabbed, you've been flayed, your skin has been pulled off your bone. But you're ascending. Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups. You're leaving this battlefield behind. A part of you has died. Yes. A part of you has died. And it's not going to be coming back. It might be, you know, in a sense, you will experience a resurrection, a rebirth of your soul, a rebirth of yourself, but it's a new self. It's a different you. And the old you has let go. It's literally gone. And you can let her go or him go. It was time. It was time for that version. Some of you might even have a walk-in experience. Some of you might have a walk-in experience. That's how crazy this energy is right now. And don't be afraid of that. Absolutely do not be afraid of that. And you determine over your own self what is allowed to stay and what is not. But you might have that experience where you might get a guide shift. You might receive new guides. Some of you are getting new guides. Some of you are getting a whole new timeline. But you're being shifted into a different universe, dimension, everything. And it's okay. But the old you can't go there. And so that part of you is falling off like an old skin. And it's okay. You might miss that person that you were, but believe me, the new you that is showing itself, that is coming out, you're going to have so much fun, Pisces. It's going to be so good. It's going to be amazing. You guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this lifts your spirits. That's my intention, to show you the positive pathways and timelines that we can go down, and to reconnect you to your divine self, and through that to God and all that is. And if you would like to book your session with me, don't hesitate. I'm so happy to work with you. I'm so happy for our souls to connect and for us both to work together in the light of the divine and to bring more hope and healing to this planet, to this world, to this earth. Take care. I'm wishing you all the best during this time. Big hugs. All the best to you. Pisces, big love coming your way. Oof, that's the last message that I'm hearing. Big, major love coming your way. This is the love of lifetimes, the love of ages. And it's the stuff people write books about. I'm hearing that your connection is now coming through. Those of you that are in relationships, you're going to have a major shift in your relationship, okay? There is going to be a strengthening of the relationship, or a more coming together. Or it's totally going to break apart because you're going into places that this relationship cannot go with you because it's attached to your old self. But for those of you that are single and that have been waiting for the right person or the right situation to come to you, you open yourself up to the energies, let your old self go, let your new self shine and thrive, and it's coming to you. Your love is on its way to you. Take care, you guys. Bye.